Pirates' winning streak has blossomed into 7 straight, tying their season high. Can they make it 8 in a row tonight at U.S. Cellular Field on the south side of Chicago as they play the 4th game in a row against the Chicago White Sox? And hi, everybody, with Steve Blass. I'm Tim Neverett. Robbie Inspikowski will join us shortly. Get to see the best pitcher in the National League go tonight, Garrett Cole. He leads in wins. He leads in ERA, and we're expecting another good one out of him.
He is something else, Tim. I've really run out of superlatives. He's all over the charts in every category, including obsession. I think this guy's on a kind of a roll where he wants to find out just exactly how good he can be, and he is really, really good. And I think you're going to find an angry Garrett Cole pitching tonight. The reason? He's not going to have a chance to hit. He likes to hit. But other than that, he is just doing a whale of a job. He is the stud in the National League.
Garrett's done a good job in interleague play. 4-1 is his record in interleague play. Barrel Automotive league leader stat, you see, tops in wins, tops in ERA, 4th in opponent slugging percentage, 6th in strikeouts per 9.
Yeah, he's just done everything you could want a number 1 starter to do to anchor a rotation that is right now the best in baseball. So Garrett Cole going for a number 11. I like his chances. Nothing's guaranteed, but we've got the man out there we want.
And he's facing a familiar foe, Jeff Samardzija. He had appeared against the Pirates 20 times, both as a starter and reliever with the Chicago Cubs.
Yeah, and you can throw out a lot of those numbers from what I saw when he was with the Chicago Cubs. This guy is a stud, coming out of Notre Dame, good receiver in football, but he picked up a baseball, and I don't think he looks back. The numbers aren't what I expected at this point in his career. I thought he was going to take off and just be really, really one of the elite pitchers. Now, that still might happen. He still might be maturing, but don't take anything for granted just because you see some borderline numbers. This guy, when he gets it going, can be as tough as anybody. And both these pitchers, both these starters, by the way, throw a lot of strikes.
Samardzija against Cole, and you can't stop Kutch. He continues to tear it up in interleague play. He's approaching 300. More on Kutch when we come back. Cellular Field ready for tonight's game between the Pirates and the Chicago White Sox. And he's not going to be the designated hitter tonight, Steve. He's back out in center field, but he just had to worry about hitting last night. Got the only Pirates hit with a runner in scoring position. He made it count. Andrew McCutchen.
He is on an absolute tear. We've been talking a lot about Pirate pitching and what a good job they've been doing, and rightfully so. But this guy has just been torrid, and it just looked so unnatural to see him under the 200 mark. But once he got started, you knew Andrew McCutchen was going to get to where he's supposed to be at some time. It's just a matter of when. So you look at what he's done since May 7th, it's all good stuff. We're seeing the Andrew McCutchen we're used to seeing on a very regular basis. And don't forget that bottom line under there. Visit Pirates.com. Vote, send Andrew McCutchen to the All-Star game as a starter. That's what we want to have. Andrew McCutchen belongs in center field to represent the National League.
Hoping to put up some good numbers tonight in this final game in Chicago. Let's send you back to Pittsburgh right now. Rob King standing by with this game break. Pitching against the Pirates for the first time in a White Sox uniform. Certainly the Pirates are familiar with him from his days with the Cubs. Garrett Cole has to wait a little longer to get out there and throw the ball himself. And Andrew McCutchen will be up here in the first inning against Samardzija. Take a look at the Toyota lineup for the Pirates. Harrison leading off, and Marte and McCutchen in the cleanup spot. John Hope prefers to call it number 4. He's hitting .280 there in the last 3 games, 4 out of 11, a couple of extra base hits, hitting a home run last night, and 4 runs batted in. Pedro back in there tonight. Polanco, Mercer, Corey Hart will be the designated hitter, batting 8th, and Chris Stewart, the catcher, hits 9th against Samardzija.
Who is making his 14th start average numbers when you get the overview there. 4.4 ERA, up in the high fours. But this guy is capable of just dominating a baseball game. When he first came up with the Cubs, I thought he was on the fast track to really, really heading toward the elite members of starting rotations wherever he's going to wind up. He still has a chance to do that, but he's 30 years old now, 6'5", 225, and this should be a very good pitching duel.
His first pitch to Harrison is swung on and lifted in the air to right center field. Over to play it, J.B. Shuck, and he makes a diving grab. That ball just kept on carrying and carrying and carrying. And Harrison wasn't sure he was going to see the right fielder make the catch or not.
Wow, that that got very interesting at the end, and he finally did catch up with it, but I think he was measuring it for a shorter trip, shorter flight. You see he's got a long way to go. And he really kind of turns it out at the end. He said, what was that all about? He's talking to Eaton. And it winds up being a terrific catch on a ball that really went a lot further than we thought it was going to do.
So 1 out, bases empty, and Samardzija ready to pitch to Starling Marte, who takes ball 1. Right there, after a first pitch out, chances are very good the batter's going to be taking and giving you a free strike. Samardzija didn't take it. Samardzija, by the way, leads Major League Baseball in first inning runs given up, 18 of them. His first inning ERA, 11.08. And as we've been chronicling during this series, the White Sox having a big problem with giving up first inning runs.
Almost got burned there on the first batter of this ball game.
1-1 pitch. And he went around. That's a strike. Caught a piece of the baseball on the way by, too. A foul tip.
That was an awkward finish to that, what we can call a swing, I guess. And looked like he was a little ginger on his feet there.
Well, last night in the 8th inning, he stretched out a little longer to get to first base and tweaked an ankle. Limped around a little bit toward the end of the game, was taken out in the last inning, but is okay to go today. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Marte. 283 batter. Samardzija's got the sign, now the pitch. And Marte drives it to center field for a base hit.
Nice at bat for Starling. He went down and got a pitch that was downstairs. Samardzija throws a very heavy sinker, and he throws it with good speed.
Gets out of the batter's box fine. Looks like he's running okay. No ill effects from last night. This is what happened last night. Trying to beat out a ground ball to short. And had his ankle taped, went back out in the field, but for only 1 more inning. Then had to make that play immediately after going out. Well, a little bit sore last night, but okay today. 1 on, 1 out. Here's Kutch.
The Pirates are on such a roll now. If you're not really badly hurt, you want to be a part of this because you want to run this thing as long as you possibly can. Whether you're a pitcher, position player, you don't always have these streaks. Very simple math. This is a great thing. You don't have to really win 17 games in a row. They're 20-5 in their last 25. That's a great run, and you just want to extend it as long as you can.
Marte back standing.
A lot of teams like, hey, let's go on a little run where we go 10-5 or 13-6. 20-5 is very impressive in the last 25 games. That's why they've gotten themselves in this very good 1-loss position.
And a chance tonight, Steve, to pick up their second game on the Cardinals in 2 days. Cardinals walked off this afternoon by the Minnesota Twins. Kenny Vargas hitting a home run in the 9th inning to give the Twins a 2-1 win. So the Pirates start the night 4.5 in back of the division leading Cardinals.
And nice going to the 9th with a tie game, so Rosenthal is not in there. Get somebody else.
Carlos Villanueva was the one who gave up the home run.
It could hurt.
Pitch out. And it's now 1-2. Safe to do the pitch out on an 0-2 count.
Well, this guy has such fabulous control. He started 13 games. He's walked 16. So I was talking about a lot of strikes. That's that side of the ledger. Cole has started 13, walked 18. Those are exceptional control numbers. Exceptional. So you better be ready when you go up there.
1-2 inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Cubs, very impressive debut, and then a little time in Oakland before becoming a member of the White Sox. I still think he's going to be really, really good and consistently good. So do they. The White Sox very high on him.
Having the opportunity to pitch near home. Maryville, Indiana is home. It's just 40 miles from here.
40 miles around the city of Chicago takes you about 3.5 hours to get back and forth to the ballpark.
There goes Marte, swing and a miss. The throw, not there. Marte safe with a head-first slide. McCutchen is out. So 2 down and a runner in scoring position for Jung Ho when he comes up. Stolen base number 14 for Starling Marte.
Did they tag him up on the body or going by as he was getting in there? They going to look at this? They haven't decided.
Well, it looks like
if that tag is not,
there.
if that's on him and not in back of his thigh, well, this is an even better look, maybe. Yeah, I think they're going to get him.
Allegheny Health Network Supermost loaded down for us. Robin Ventura, who was ejected from last night's game. 11th time he's been ejected from a ball game as a big league skipper. He is talking to home plate umpire Dan Bellino right now about the situation.
And several thousand umpires in the stands have seen a very slow-mo replay up on the big board. They're all calling him out.
So if this call does get overturned, it'll be a strike him out, throw him out double play. And the guy who will breathe the biggest sigh of relief will be Jeff Samardzija, because he would get out of the first inning without giving up a run. Tom Hallion, the crew chief. Bruce Dreckman, the second base umpire. Dreckman is on the right. Hallion is on the left.
Those are the interesting calls when you've got somebody extended out with their hand and the tag is somewhere else back on the body, for an umpire to keep track of both of those locations, where the hand is, where the tag is being applied, and when.
So a manager's challenge in the top of the first inning. We'll see what the result is here, as they are taking their time, that's for sure.
More angle.
Look. It's a different angle we haven't shown you yet. Gordon Beckham.
Watch the hand. Watch the tag is applied. I'm confused as why it's taking so long, but the longer it takes, maybe the better our chances are. Maybe we'll never decide. Maybe the line's busy. You know, you keep calling collect like this, eventually there's going to be somebody else on the line, this party line.
Well, the Phillies tried to call out to their bullpen a couple of nights ago, and the phone was off the hook. True story.
Now, why do you have two guys that have to hear this? Why do they both have headphones?
Well, the crew chief is one. He oversees the crew. Whoever the crew chief is always on. Yeah. And the umpire who made the call is always on.
Why? I mean, they're going to decide.
Because, those are the rules.
Okay.
I didn't make them.
All right. I mean, if they're getting information, they can send it through one headset. But well, you probably got to pay extra for that extra line.
For a play like this, they are taking an exceptionally long time to look at it.
What if they took it off one time and said, "Hey, tie"?
I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, it's pretty clear cut, wasn't it?
Well, I thought it was. Now, you've got to get a third headset, so if they can't decide, you got an odd number, so you can just do it by 2 to 1.
Most of the reviews have been very efficient this year in terms of the time it takes to get them done. This one is lengthy.
I think the people in New York are out to the Hamptons.
Now with Ventura waiting patiently. Starling Marte waiting patiently alongside Nick Leyva.
Yeah, this is what fries me on this whole. This is ridiculous. You start a ball game, you got people hurrying down here to get in their seats to watch a ball game. You got to look at this.
Samardzija's got to start throwing some warm-up pitches. It's taking so long. Well, we wish we had more information for you on why it's taking so long. This is unusual. Well, it's over. We're going to get a call now, finally. And he's out. Call is overturned. It is a strike him out, throw him out double play as Marte was caught stealing. Gordon Beckham with a backdoor tag gets Marte on the leg. U.S. Cellular Field. Top of the first end a little quicker than we had hoped. Take a look at the Honda lineup for the White Sox. Adam Eaton will lead off. J.B. Shuck batting second. Abreu third. LaRoche the DH fourth. Melky Cabrera the switch hitter. 6-game hitting streak. 391 during that time. And the shortstop, Alexei Ramirez. Connor Gillespie back out at third base. Soto behind the plate. Gordon Beckham playing second base tonight and batting ninth against Garrett Cole.
Yep, the number is for Cole, brought to you by Hyundai. 13 starts. He has been fabulous. 19 walks, take away 1 for the intentional. 13 starts, 18 free passes. He has been that good. Has never faced the Chicago White Sox. By the way, career, Garrett Cole 31-14. That's how a star starts.
His first pitch to Adam Eaton is fouled back. My guess would be, Steve, that the approach for the White Sox would be to sit dead red and swing at first fastball.
Well, they better not hang around too long because they're going to be behind in the count because of his control. So what a foundation. Great control, great stuff. Now, he's not going to win every game he starts, but he's on one of those rolls now where what he's done in the last handful of starts don't matter tonight. This is brand new, all brand new tonight. That's how you keep things going.
1-1 to Eaton. High, 2 balls and a strike.
Pitching with a lot of confidence. A lot of confidence. When you're throwing the ball like this, you just soon start every other day.
2-1, ground ball left side. Mercer stabs it. He's thinking about the jump throw, but Adam Eaton, who runs very well, got down the line, and that's a base hit.
Yep, he was going to do that kind of jump pass throw, but he didn't have the baseball. Jump was good. Had the baseball for a moment there, but see, he lost it. I don't think he gets him anyway. Eaton, very quick. A for effort, certainly. He made a play like that last night that was absolutely terrific. Got the out at first base. Maybe not quite as deep, but in that category.
There's J.B. Shuck. He had first come on the scene with the Houston Astros, also played with the Angels. And this one goes to the backstop. And down to second base goes Eaton. It's an 0-0 start. The White Sox with a runner in scoring position.
We don't see that much these days. Runners in scoring position. I'm surprised it didn't hit him.
Chris Stewart back of the plate again with Garrett Cole matched up with him. 2 balls and no strikes.
Also looking when we looked at those numbers, the 18 or 19 walks, I guess you could say, the intention, 93 strikeouts. That's some kind of tremendous ratio of strikeouts to walks.
Two-0 pitch. Lined out play, and it's 2-1.
So basically, we got UCLA versus Notre Dame.
That's it. Would have been a decent bowl game last year. Schuck getting the start in right field as Robin Ventura gets a left-handed bat in against Cole. Abisail Garcia, normally the right fielder, is a right-handed bat. Count is even 2-2. There's casino tips to win for tonight, Steve.
I think always, no matter what kind of stuff you have, when you pitch out in front like Garrett Cole has been doing, that's a key. So you want his control to continue. The Pirates have been playing much better defense. Been picking it very nicely recently. Pitching and defense, simple.
And Schuck couldn't hold up, and he goes down on strikes. And strikeout number 1 for Cole. Real awkward swing by Schuck.
Well, if they're sitting dead red, you're going to see some of those kind of swings because it's not dead red all the time.
Defensively for the Pirates, presented by Honda. Andy McCutcheon in center field. Marte left field. Polanco right field. Dong and Mercer on the left side with Harrison and Pedro Alvarez on the right side. Chris Stewart doing the catching tonight. Neil Walker is ill. A stomach problem. And that's why last night late in the game, the Pirates made the defensive substitutions they did because Walker wasn't available and still feeling the effects today. So
they want to make light of it, but we know it's not anything to do with his appendix.
That was last year. Oh, 1 pitch. Abreu right back to Cole. What's he eating back? Throws on first for the second out. Being stuck at second base. Jose Abreu is 0 for 1. Well, this will bring up Adam LaRoche.
And Garrett trying to do that little song by Archie Bell and the Drells to tighten up after he got a man on second with nobody out. Strike out and a bouncer back.
The opponent's hitting 185 against Cole with runners on base. Seems like when guys get on, Garrett does tighten things up.
Well, he's got a power hitter up there now in LaRoche, but he's only given up 4 home runs in his first 13 starts. It is a fly ball carrying night with a pretty good breeze straight out.
There's a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Adam's brother Andy, who also played for the Pirates, was in spring training with the White Sox this year and didn't work out, and he has decided to hang him up. Pitch inside to LaRoche. So Andy LaRoche enjoying his first summer off in his life. Adam was telling me yesterday he's in Steamboat Springs, Colorado with his other brother Jeff.
You wonder if Garrett, you know, he gets so revved up to go out and start a ball game, whether he's just maybe overthrowing on a couple of occasions with that wild pitch and then that last delivery. He'll get tired enough to settle that part down.
Strike 2.
Backing off the fastball there. Ball down. Nice location. Nice lessening of the speed.
Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch struck him out. Gives up the leadoff single to Eaton and then gets him 3 in a row, striking out 2.
Blackhawk fans here in the city of Chicago, and that includes one of the members of the Pirates bullpen. That's Rob Scahill, a native Chicagoan, and a diehard Blackhawk fan who this morning attended a parade. And this video right here you're looking at is Rob Scahill's actual video of Patrick Sharp holding the Stanley Cup going right by him as he walked about a mile down the road to catch some of his favorite hockey team, see their parade. Now, the reception was held at Soldier Field. It was originally scheduled to be held at Grant Park, but because of the ground conditions, they couldn't afford to do it, and it would have been a complete mess, so they took them into Soldier Field and celebrated their third Stanley Cup victory in the last 6 years. Quite impressive stuff. This place is buzzing today, Tim and Steve.
That was a wild scene. I mean, Soldier Field. that is so great that the city embraces their champion. It's a great day for the city, and great day for hockey in Chicago.
Yeah, really buzzing around here today, and
it's great.
Actually, some lightning delayed it all this morning. As they get off a little bit late, but still a great celebration. And you know who the top dog is in sports in this town right now.
What happens when you win?
So Jung Ho Gung takes upstairs. And the count is 2-2 to him. White Sox sold discounted tickets tonight if you wore your Chicago Blackhawks stuff. So a lot of Blackhawks fans in here. Carrying out toward left field, reaching up is Melky Cabrera. And Jung Ho is 0 for 1.
Tim, I was watching batting practice tonight, sitting in the stands before we got started, and the wind is blowing out, but the Pirates really put on a display. I mean, they lost a lot of baseballs in their 40 minutes of BP. Those flags are helping the ball in the air. We saw that in the first inning with that ball that Eaton hit.
See if Pedro can lose one.
I'm sorry, the ball that Josh Harrison hit. Sorry about that.
Pedro is 5 for 27 with a home run against Samardzija in his career.
Well, if he gets a hold of one here tonight, it could be really special. Samardzija's given up 11. Pulls a string on him, has Pedro out in front.
Pitch to Pedro is downstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Alvarez. 1 out, Pirates half of the second inning. Gregory Polanco waiting for his turn to come up. 2-2. Samardzija got past the first inning, which had to be a relief for him. And the way that the White Sox have been giving up runs in the first, the most in Major League Baseball in first inning run. They've also scored the fewest first inning runs with 19. Giving up 56 first inning runs. But past that now. Into the second. Shift is on for Alvarez. Second baseman Beckham out there in right field. And the 2-2. Fills up the count. When we first saw Samardzija when he was brought up to the big leagues with the Cubs, he would come out of the bullpen. He was a reliever and had different roles with the Cubs. And they decided at one point to convert him to being a starter, and it wasn't long before he became their #1 starter.
Yeah, you can see it coming, just a matter of time with him.
3-2. Pedro knocks it foul into the first row, the second deck on the third base side.
Still not giving in to throw the fastball there, Pedro.
Samardzija's payoff pitch to Alvarez coming. One hit hard and foul again, same direction. This next pitch by Samardzija will be the 9th of the at bat. There is the payoff. And Pedro just got a piece of it.
Hard to lay off that 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Had he done that, he would be at first base. Well, outside. But that kind of speed requires a lot of quick decisions.
Again, the 3-2. Pedro hits a high chopper. And Pedro out. Beckham makes the play. Wednesday, June 24th, the Bucks host the Reds in a Central Division showdown at 7:05. Stay after the game for a midweek fireworks spectacular as Zambelli fireworks light up the sky, presented by Service Link. Don't forget Father's Day also right around the corner. Pirates tickets make the perfect gift. Get yours at pirates.com. Jeff Locke last night and earned his 4th win of the season. Had a good outing. Gave up both runs that he did give up in his last inning of work. But still just 2 earned runs in 6 innings. Another quality start for a Pirates starter. A.J. Burnett next to him. He will pitch tomorrow night in D.C. Polanco fouls it off. Right off the window of the booth off the wall.
Toward Bob and Greg. Bob's capable of making that play. I don't know about Greg.
Yeah, it almost went into the Chicago radio booth. There's a ground ball right back into the glove of Samardzija. So the Bucks go down in order in the second. No score.
on Root Sports is brought to you by Toyota. Toyota helps you get the most out of your drive. Just ask a friend who drives one. Toyota, let's go places. By Barrel Automotive, we're driven to be better. And by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you. Let's go Bucks.
Melky Cabrera takes inside for ball one. Underway in the bottom of the second inning. No score. Cabrera, the switch hitter. And then Alexei Ramirez, the shortstop. Connor Gillespie, third baseman, to bat third. And this one hit in the air down the left field line. Marte will watch it as it twists up into the seats.
Tim, I got a question for you. Now, if we win this game, is it going to be a 4-game sweep or two-game sweeps?
We had this discussion on radio, I think, the other day, right?
Any resolution?
My personal feeling is it's got to be a 4-game sweep, and it's a 4-game series. You can call it. I know that officially the team has called the first 2 wins at home a sweep, but when the umpires travel and continue the rotation and it's a continuous series, my feeling is it's a 4-game series.
I like it. I like your argument.
There's only one of these a year where you go 2 in one city, 2 in the next. Everybody's doing it right now in baseball. This is an entire interleague period of the schedule.
Did we do it with Detroit one time?
We did.
Yeah.
2-2. Cabrera pokes it foul. And you have to have this so that you can have the balance now, since the Astros moved over to the American League and 15 teams in each league now. Remember the days the Central used to have one more team than everybody else.
Yeah.
And the American League West had just 4 teams.
Well, I'm going to ride the fence like I usually do and say it's just nice to be win 4 in a row. But I'll vote for your.
I'm glad you're standing beside me on that one. Cole delivering 2-2 to Melky Cabrera. Popped him up foul back and out of play.
You got a chance to get a foul ball here tonight, I think. You got some action already.
Well, Mr. Taves doesn't have a cup with him. That's not really him, though. Yeah. He's got a cup, but it's not the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Holds something else. Cabrera, comebacker that's off of Cole. Knocks it down. One out.
There's always a temptation where you don't know where that ball is initially. When you pick it up, to rush it. Sometimes it results in a panic throw. This is just this side of a panic situation. Doesn't know where it is. Oh, there it is. Now, don't throw it in section 12. Yep, go to pick it. 1 to 3.
Well, he kind of stood there expecting the ball to reappear, and it did. Todd Tomczyk, the head athletic trainer, keeping an eye on him. Everything seems to be A-OK.
I think you got to do a lot more damage to Gary. He's a big, strong man.
Alexei Ramirez ground ball to short, or rather to Jung Ho Gung at third, and the shortstop is out. 1 pitch out. I don't like those. 5-3 the put up. And 2 out quickly, and now Connor Gillespie, left-handed hitting third baseman, standing against Cole. Of the 5 outs that Cole has recorded so far in the game, 3 are ground balls, 2 are strikeouts. And one of them to Adam LaRoche, a 98-mile-an-hour heater that LaRoche had no chance to get.
If he was going to swing at that delivery, Garrett could have thrown it 2 miles an hour because there's no way he could reach it, but very impressive when you add the speed.
2 balls, no strikes to Gillespie. Cole is 5-1, 2.84 ERA, and 7 career interleague starts. 4-0 in his last 5 interleague starts. 3 balls and no strikes to Connor Gillespie. And he's walked him on 4 pitches. 2-out walk, and the batter now will be the catcher, Giovanni Soto. Well, here's a number to ponder. A couple of numbers to ponder as far as Garrett Cole is concerned. He has given up 16 earned runs all season. Okay. His mound opponent tonight, Jeff Samardzija, has given up 47 earned runs in the same number of starts.
I'm pondering.
And over Samardzija's last 3 starts, he's given up 18 earned runs, 2 more than Cole has given up all season.
Yeah, that's over a string of 19 innings. Last 3 starts, 18 earned runs. Very un-Samardzija-like.
Pitch is low to Soto. White Sox fans are hoping things turn around here in the South Side soon.
Yeah, because the guys on the other side of town are making a lot of noise. It seems like everybody that the Cubs bring up now breaks in with some real good action.
Ground ball to first base, diving stop by Alvarez. Steps on the bag, and that does it for the White Sox in the second. Good play by Pedro. We'll head to the third, scoreless at U.S. Cellular Field.
Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Allegheny Health Network. Health for all. By Kenny Ross, Ask a Neighbor. And by Levin Mattress, located in all Levin furniture showrooms and freestanding stores. Let's go Bucks!
Well, we got a hockey night in Chicago, and a baseball game was breaking out. They all got their shirts on, and they were just in between innings there, just all revved up. Everybody in this ballpark on their feet, saluting some love up on the big board for their world champion, Blackhawks.
Everybody's got the gear around here. Jordy Mercer will lead off for the Pirates in the third. Bucks looking for a run. Mercer batting .218, a pair of homers and 12 runs batted in. He takes a strike from Jeff Samardzija. Outside for a ball, 1-1.
We send out our thanks to the Minnesota Twins. Yep.
Briefly, yeah, we did.
Walked them off.
Minnesota beating the Cardinals today. Cardinals had a 1-0 lead throughout the majority of that game, and it was 2 home runs that won it for Minnesota. Joe Mauer hit one in the 8th to tie it. Dennis Vargas hit one in the 9th to win it.
Nice. So we're on the hurt a little bit.
1-2, and Jordy chases a pitch way outside for strike 3. Second strikeout for Samardzija. One down for the Pirates in the third.
Take a look at the slider or cutter now away from the strike zone. The way.
One out. Here's Corey Hart, the designated hitter. Hart looking to get some traction. Started at first base in last night's game. He swings and drives one to center field. That's a base hit. Maybe that's the start of something good for Corey Hart.
Yeah, and he hasn't had many opportunities. It is tough to be rusty and go up there, take all the batting practice you want, but it's live pitching, and Samardzija left it up in the zone, and Corey made him pay for it. Good job. Make that mistake, go for it.
So Hart will get a lead at first base. Broncos have their second base runner of the game. Chris Stewart takes inside for a ball.
Pitch upstairs. Samardzija doesn't like to work upstairs on a regular basis. Get that power sinker.
Chris Stewart singled and ended up scoring the winning run Friday night against the Phillies in a walk-off win for the Pirates. There's a chopper down to third base. Gillespie goes to Beckham for one. Back to first, double play. And the inning is over. Down the horn they go. And we're on to the bottom of the third. Bottom of the third. Chris Stewart heading into an inning-ending double play, and it is our Chick-fil-A double play.
Not the two fastest Pirates involved there, so they did have time for the two long throws. And a good feed to second base chest high. That also helps.
So twin kill helps out Samardzija. The Pirates with 2 hits and nothing on the board through the first 3 innings for them, and now the bottom of the third. Gordon Beckham, the number 9 hitter, facing Garrett Cole. He will take a strike. After this one tonight, we get on a plane, Steve. We've got the late night flight over to the nation's capital. Broken bat roller to short. Mercer one hands and throws on the run to get it. One man out. Catch the excitement of Pirates baseball at PNC Park this summer with the Pirates Summer Six-Pack presented by Papa John's for as low as $99. Lock in your seats and price when you build your own 6-game plan. Plus, each Summer Six-Pack comes with a complimentary large 2-topping pizza from Papa John's. Find out more at pirates.com/summer. Seen a number of those old school caps around here in Chicago. Adam Eaton up there. He reached on an infield single in the first inning, 1-for-1 tonight. Batting .244. He was on base twice last night. He lifts this one high in the air to center field. And Andrew McCutchen there to make the play. 2 gone.
So far as advertised, Samardzija Cole.
Now gets set to face J.B. Shuck. Struck him out swinging in the first inning. Pitch to Shuck in for a strike. I was going to say we're going over to D.C. Nationals tomorrow night. That's a park you haven't been to.
I have not been. I was at the old Robert Kennedy.
RFK.
What they called a ballpark when they had to. That wasn't too impressive. I'm looking forward to seeing this one. Heard a lot of raves about it, good things.
No truth to the rumor that the president will be receiving you personally when you're there?
There's no truth to that.
No truth. 1-1. Yeah, that's
I just want to go to the place where they make the money, just to be around it. I want to look at it. It's coming off those roller belts and assembly line.
Maybe one or two fall on the floor.
Well, I just like
pick it up.
I want to see the belt that does the 50s. That'd be fun to see.
1-2 pitch. That one is in fair territory. Stewart jumps on it. Quick throw down to first to get him.
Takes care of that.
An 8-pitch inning for Garrett Cole, and he retires the side in order. Of unexpected, never should have happened victories. The Buccos own a riveting collection of these wins, and you'll see them all on Inside Pirates Baseball. 10 great comebacks tomorrow after postgame on Root Sports. I'm sure you've got some memories of some great comebacks.
Oh, yeah. I want to finish up with my Washington experiences. I had the privilege of being in the Oval Office.
Did you?
President Nixon, after Clemente died, 2 weeks after Dave Justin and I went with Dan Galbraith. And that was...
seen that picture.
What a thrill. I mean, I mean, you wish we didn't have to do it under those circumstances, obviously, but it is something. It's scripted, it's structured. You're supposed to be in there for X amount of minutes, and we went over our allotted time. President Nixon wanted to get involved with a donation from HUD to Clemente Sports City, and also he and Pat wanted to make a personal financial contribution to Clemente's Pirate City. And so we had a chance to have one of the great thrills of being in the Oval Office. It was a lot more than I thought it would be. It was everything I thought about and more.
That photograph with you and Nixon is Harrison looks one in the right field for a base. That's in your book, isn't it?
It is.
That photograph.
Yep. And proved too that I had a mustache one time.
Yeah.
And, Dave and I both had double knit slacks on. If somebody lit up a cigarette, the whole office would have gone up in flames.
Those were the days. You were a fashion plate.
Yeah. Yeah. Stylish yet understated.
Man aboard for Starling Marte. He's 1 for 1. Single to center in the first inning.
And what about the possibility of a running game? You know you're up against a tough pitcher. Runs might be difficult to come by. Not having seen Samardzija recently, I don't know if he's gotten quicker with his move, but he's got a big frame to move around, 6'5", 225.
Down to third base. Gillespie goes to second. Back to first. Too late. Marte beats it out, but Gillespie with a strong throw to Beckham at second.
Almost a repeat of the double play they just turned in the bottom of the third.
Fielder's choice for Marte, so he is aboard with 1 out. McCutchen is coming up. Strike.
Yep, right on the money with his throw again.
Marte, no problems running. He got out of the box well enough. Beat out the throw. One out, one on for Kutch. Kutch struck out swinging in the first. Same situation in the first with McCutchen at the plate. Marte at first base and 1 out. Marte trying to swipe second base. McCutchen swung and missed at strike 3. And Marte originally called safe, but Robin Ventura challenged it. The review took 3 minutes and 48 seconds. It was exceptionally long for what we saw on video.
First intermission.
And it was overturned to out, so it turned into a strike him out, throw him out. Ventura wins his challenge, keeps it for now. Is pulled foul. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Andrew. Send your favorite Pirates to the 86th All-Star Game. You can fill out your 2015 Esurance MLB All-Star Game ballot now at Pirates.com. Voting is exclusively online and available on your computer, tablet, and smartphone. Vote up to 35 times at Pirates.com/vote. Kutch can go for a 5th straight year. Yeah, Francisco Cervelli is a candidate. He's 3rd right now on the ballot for National League catchers. Guy at first base would be a candidate. Marte. We talk about the pitchers. They're appointed.
Yeah.
Essentially.
But back your bucks. Back your bucks. Those votes. Vote early, vote often, and do it again.
1-2. Broken bat, flare down the right field side. That's in for a hit. Marte will round second. He's on his way to third. Here comes the throw. He is safe. First and third, 1 out.
And when you're hot like Andrew, you just hit the ball off the end of the bat and the ball's in.
Schofield giving Marte a hand up. Seems to be okay. To make sure that ball was not going to be caught.
Strong throw, but No problem for Starling to get in there.
And now the cleanup hitter, Jung Ho Gung. A little ground ball. That's off the glove of Samardzija. And the Bucks are going to get on the board. Safe at first.
Things going the way of the Pittsburgh Pirates these days.
Gung beats it out. Marte comes across, and the Pirates lead it 1-0. 3 hits in the inning.
And, none of them really stung. And it bounces just far enough away. Keeps on going far enough where Samardzija had to chase it down, and by that time, Gung, that doesn't run real well, has time to beat it out. So it's a little flare by hand, dropping off on the end of the bat, and this deflection. Red hot buckos.
Two on and one out. Pedro at the plate. Alvarez grounded out to second. On the ship first time up. Rockets a check swing foul ball back into the seats.
Well, people are fortunate on that one. That was just, there was no time to react if you're a fan that close to that one.
They were lucky. The ball didn't hit anybody. It hit the plastic of a seat.
A lot of spilled beer over there right now. Their heart rate's back down.
Jung Ho at first base. Andrew at second. Samardzija stretching the 1-1 pitch to Pedro coming. 2 balls and a strike. Alvarez had at least 1 RBI in each of his first 6 postseason games. 2013, Pirates played in the wild card, and then 5 games of the division series against the Cardinals. Garrett Cole pitched in Game 5.
Talked about the 11 home runs that Samardzija has given up in 13 starts.
And a ground ball back to Samardzija. He goes to second for 1. Ramirez the turn. That's a double play.
Good play by the pitcher. Reaction play and then a good throw to second base. That's terrific work by the White Sox pitcher.
Pedro Alvarez heading into an inning-ending double play. That's the second double play. The White Sox have turned in the game.
With another blue chipper for the Cubs coming up and making a splash. They've had a lot of success. Schwarber, is that Schwarber? That's the pronunciation. Bryant has been terrific.
Yep. Been absolutely great. Hit a grand slam off a position player 2 nights ago.
Addison Russell also.
That's over the head of Pedro and down the line for Jose Abreu. And he's heading for 2. Polanco fires to second base, and in with a double is Jose Abreu.
Well, that's payback. The Pirate run that was scored in the top of the inning was by 3 little bloops. 2 bloops and a deflection. So they want to get on the act. That ball was hit almost exactly like the ball that Andrew McCutchen hit. So once again, Garrett Cole will have a man on second with nobody out. He handled it beautifully in the first. Not much you can do when they drop him in that no man's land.
Cole will now face Adam LaRoche. He struck him out in the first. Ball, no strikes. LaRoche doesn't get any time at first base. They're not going to take Abreu out of the lineup because of what he does offensively. So Adam told me that when they play National League teams, he's pretty much a spectator. You thought we might see him when Charlie Morton pitched against the White Sox. LaRoche 5 for 7 career against Charlie.
Yeah, that was kind of a mystery. Why he wouldn't go in.
Asked him about it. He just, I guess, gave me the right answer. The politically correct answer.
It's the manager's decision.
Yes.
He makes out the lineup.
Swing and a miss. And it's 2-2 to LaRoche.
You wonder if he's trying to get to the point where he is right now and use a good bit of soft stuff to set up another high fastball that he got him on first time up.
Abreu at second base, nobody out.
Stay soft.
He's got a piece of.
But the setup is still there.
Two-ball, two-strike pitch to LaRoche. Count full.
Still staying away from that fastball.
Does he stay away again on a 3-2 count? We've seen a number of pitchers go with breaking pitches these days.
That's the popular thing now. He's certainly got enough control, and his control is outstanding. He wants to go in that direction. He's got an open base.
Time he came with the fastball, 97 miles an hour.
He had a feeling that eventually, when you see it, I'm guessing heat now because I'm thinking that LaRoche is looking for soft.
He got it. Deep center field. McCutchen to the track. At the wall, makes the catch. And advancing from second to third is Abreu.
Glad he didn't pull that ball.
Well, he was waiting on the fastball, got it. Almost drove it out of here, but ends up moving a man up a station. So now a runner at third and 1 out.
Fastball he was looking for, and almost gave it the big ride. Andrew had it measured all the way. It had enough height where he could get back there and feel around, see where he was on the warning track.
Pirates will bring the infield in with Abreu at third. Cabrera swings and misses. Well, a strikeout right here. Cabrera bounced out back to Cole to lead off the second inning.
He struck out 30 times in his 250 at bats. And now you can toy with him a little bit. And I say a little bit emphatically because you got a man on third. You can't get too frisky with trying to get him to chase something out of the strike zone. Get him to chase here, get a huge second out. Chris Stewart on alert. First attempt.
He elevated it. It's 1-2. Cabrera, much different hitter from the left side of the plate than the right side. 280 as a lefty, 133 as a righty. And he lifts this one in the air to right field. This will try and tie the ball game. Polanco's throw coming to the plate. And Abreu will score. It's 1-1.
And that was a good piece of hitting by Melky Cabrera. That was a good-looking breaking ball. Cole was just kind of in the driver's seat, and he went down. We'll look at a replay of where that location was, but I think he got way down underneath on a pitch that was delivered downstairs. Yeah, that's a good piece of hitting in a tough situation where you don't want to strike out.
Polanco's throw, where he was a pretty good throw, but was not going to get Abreu. 2 outs, base is empty for Alexei Ramirez.
Well, you certainly can load up a throw in that situation. Nothing at risk. Just air it out the best you can. Really no bad news. Not really a good chance to get him at all, but have some fun. Turn it loose.
Yeah, when he first let go of that ball, it looked like it was going to be up the line, but you could see from our angle that ball was tailing back toward the plate. He did what he could to make it as close as he could.
Yep. He's got a very, very strong arm. Very strong arm.
2-1 pitch to the gap in left center field. On the run, McCutchen. He dives! He makes a sensational catch! Kutch just happened again.
That's what you call really, really laying out. Nothing orchestrated by a late dive, maybe for effect. This was the real deal. Andrew McCutchen. Good stuff.
And there's Andrew cooling off after this.
The picture tells the story. He just outran the baseball before it got down on the grass.
Absolute highway robbery. Stole a hit from Ramirez.
Garrett Cole appreciates it, and he'll wait for Andrew until we continued that until he got into the dugout.
The wind knocked out of him.
Yep.
Polanco tries to bunt and fouls it off.
So we got a 1-1 ball game. Think about how those runs both scored. We got two bloops, excuse me, and a deflection. They get a little bloop, sacrifice fly. So neither one of these pitchers have been knocked around.
One ball, one strike to Gregory. .244 the average. 3 home runs for Polanco. There you go. Rung up on appeal by Alfonso Marquez. That is strike 2. 1-2. Bob and I talked about Soto's return throws to his pitcher.
Oh, yeah.
Last night.
Rather awkward.
When he was with the Cubs, he wasn't doing that. Just seen him do it now that he's with the White Sox. And he must have had a problem just throwing it back the conventional way, and he's just doing what he can to lob it back to Samardzija.
Well, if it's because of that, he's not the first one. Back-to-back MVP winner Dale Murphy started out his career as a catcher. Couldn't throw it back very well. There's a swing and miss and strikeout. And Dale Murphy wound up being an outfielder that was the most valuable player in 2 straight years.
Just a reminder as you enjoy a cold one to look forward to Miller Time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. Jordy Mercer, nobody on, 1 out. Jordy struck out, chased a pitch way outside in his first at bat. Gets one inside on the corner here. Well, they've got plenty of light there.
Bullpen, sports bar, and porch. And out on the back porch, having a cold and watching a little baseball. Well, we have a minute. Want to send out a little shout out to Ron Hawkins and Bob Wilkins. Really good, solid Pirate baseball fans. Both of them spend a little time on the disabled list. Both Ron and Bob are doing well.
One ball and 2 strike pitch. Jordy just got a piece of it, knocked it up the first base side. Point Park University tweets rolling across the bottom of your screen, reacting to Andrew McCutchen's catch.
That kind of covers the whole thing, doesn't it? We're fortunate to have Andrew McCutchen as a Pittsburgh Pirate. A lot of people on that list we're fortunate to have.
2-2 to Jordy.
Mr. Harrison, yeah.
Down the right field line and carrying well toward the corner and going foul. J.B. Shutt running after it. The ball was carrying well. Another ball we've seen hit to that part of the field that just continues to make Mr. Shuck run. Wind blowing in that direction.
Yeah, more in that direction than earlier when it was pretty much straight out.
Here's the wind, the 2-2. And a ground ball off of Samardzija. Can't find it. Now he's got it. His throw is late. And that'll be a base hit for Mercer.
A lot of action back toward both pitchers. And that's the kind of action that created our first run. Our only run. And this time he couldn't find it. Oh, yep, wound it back toward home plate. Good hustle. Good effort, but the hustle wins.
First, Jordy gets back. Hart 188, but 1 for 1 tonight, and a base hit in the third. Strike called. Like a little bit low.
Be nice to see Corey have a good night.
He hits one into right field for a base hit. Rounding second, heading for third is Mercer, and the Pirates with runners at the corners.
Here we are again. A ball hit off the pitcher some margin. There's been a lot of that. And then just a little nubber that barely gets past the infield dirt, but well placed. We've seen a lot of that tonight. Just kind of pushing that ball, inside outing the ball, and just perfectly placed between first and second. You know when the second baseman goes out that far, it wasn't really pounded for the right fielder. So the Pirates set up shop.
Corey Hart's first multi-hit game as a Pirate. Chris Stewart, an RBI chance with the go-ahead run at third, 1 out. Stewart came up in the third and hit into an inning-ending double play. Certainly does not want to repeat that. White Sox have turned 2 double plays. This one's fouled back. Stewart, originally drafted by the White Sox, made his big league debut in September of 2006 for Chicago before going over to the Yankees. 4 for 13 with runners in scoring position. One strike. Glenn hoping the offense catches fire again.
Three runs last night early in the first inning, but they found a way to make it hold up.
Strike called to Stewart. Ball and 2 strikes to the Pirates catcher. Stewart has started 14 games prior to tonight. The Pirates are 11-3 in those games when he starts.
Well, think of who's been catching.
Cole. He's caught the majority of Garrett's starts. And again, it's not a. I asked Clint the other day about, is it a personal catcher situation? Nobody likes that term.
No.
Just this is the matchup right now. They seem to do well together.
Yeah, and if you're going to give Cervelli a rest, maybe if you hook Stewart up with one particular pitcher, whether it's Cole or anybody else, it doesn't disrupt the whole thing. You've got kind of a rhythm going.
Hit him. Stewart plunked, and the bases are full of Bucks.
Samardzija has hit his share of batters, but he's a guy that likes to let you know that he thinks there are batters that should make more of an attempt to get out of the way. Might be upset with that sort of thing.
Stewart down at first base, shaking it off. Don Cooper, pitching coach, comes out to visit with Jeff Samardzija.
If I'm not mistaken, has hit his share of batters in his career.
What does he get this year?
He's got 4 or 5, a dozen last year.
That was a career high for him last year. Well, he had 12 just with Oakland, and he had 6 with the Cubs last year, so a total of 18.
Yeah, he's not throwing at Stewart by any means. Chance to load the bases. I think he's more upset that he doesn't like the lack of attempts to get out of the way by some guys he hits.
Jay Hay up, 1 out, bases full in a 1-1 ball game. Samardzija deals to him. Outside, ball 1.
Harrison will look down at Rick Sofield just in case. You never know when you pull a squeeze out of the bag.
Josh has hit safely in 26 of his last 32. In the air to right center field. Mercer's going to tag. Eaton under. He makes the catch. Mercer comes to the plate. Throw goes into second, and the Pirates up 2-1. Sacrifice fly by Harrison gets him in, and the Bucks back in front.
So, small business manufacturers produce a run, produce a Pirate lead.
RBI number 22 for Jay Hay. Corey Hart moved up to third base on the play. So runners at the corners and 2 down for Starling Marte, who has done a tremendous job with 2 outs driving in runs. One of the league leaders in that category. Marte singled in the first, reached on the fielder's choice in the fourth, came around to score on a Jung Ho Gung base hit.
It was off the pitcher's body. This run created by a ball off the pitcher's body.
Strike 2 to Marte. Marte wanted to lay off that pitch. He did, and got a strike called on him anyway. One and 2 to Starling. Corey Hart down at third. Chris Stewart over at first base. 2 men out. And the pitch coming. 2-2.
Good block by Soto.
Marte had 4 hits against the White Sox Monday night at PNC Park. 5th time in his career he had 4 hits in a game.
See him turn the glove the proper way, not have it facing down toward the dirt.
Struck him out on a 2-2 pitch. 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Pirates leave a pair, but they get a run. Retake the lead.
Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by the Chevy Silverado and your Western PA Chevy dealers. And by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. Let's go Bucks!
Our Day Automotive, this day in Pirates history. This date, 1960, the Bucks came back to beat the Dodgers 4-3. Pirates were down 3-0 in the ninth. Down to their final strike when Gino Civoli beat out an infield hit. And Hal Smith homered to bring the Bucks back within one after Don Hoke and Maz reached base. Smokey Burgess knocked in Hoke to tie the game. In the 10th, Hal Smith came through again with an RBI single, driving in Roberto Clemente with the game-winning run.
On their way to the World Championship.
Connor Gillespie takes ball one. Will lead off the White Sox half of the fifth inning.
Is that Billy Pierce? I don't know who that is. I think they have a statue of Billy Pierce around here somewhere.
Carlton Fisk, a statue alongside.
Billy Pierce, great left-hander. Red Sox. Pudge Fisk wasn't too bad either. Great catcher.
Fisk, number 72 for the White Sox. He started his career in Boston. He was 27. So when he came over here, he just reversed the number.
New Hampshire native, if I'm not mistaken.
Claremont. Yep. And Gillespie down on strikes. One out.
Check it out. You did commit, and you have to go to the bench right now.
First pitch to the catcher, Giovanni Soto. 1-0. Soto grounded out to Alvarez. Alvarez made a nice diving stab on him in the second inning. .209 the average for Soto. Just to make up the Cub battery with Samardzija. 2-ball, 1-strike pitch. Swung a little number back out to Cole.
A little more manageable there for the pitcher.
2 down. He's had 3 of those tonight. 3 comebackers. One of them not so soft.
BFP. Pitchers fielding practice.
Yeah, that's a term you don't hear much in June.
No, boy, in March you do. Every day is spring training. Pitchers, get out there for your PFP. Pitchers fielding practice every day.
Beckham had his bat sawed off. At least the barrel of it. That one's no good anymore. Unless you're starting a campfire. Barrel just blew up. 1 strike to Gordon Beckham.
I remember back in the day, you just pound a nail, and when they split a little bit, put a screw in it, and get ready to go, and that bat's good for another summer. The kids.
0-2 pitch. Just up high. With the velocity on that one, Steve. 99 miles an hour. Garrett cranked it up.
And a chance to get the call.
Wow. There's a strike.
You know, he doesn't really labor, so you sometimes you see those 98, 99s, and you really don't realize how fast that is.
To an extra pitch, struck him out, strikes out 2 in the inning. We'll head to inning number 6 in Chicago. 2-1 Bucks. Friday Night Rocks on Root Sports.
On the North Shore where the flags fly high and all around the burg with a glass to the sky.
Get tuned in to Pittsburgh's music scene as we showcase local artists and tracks throughout every Friday Night Pirates broadcast. Friday Night Rocks tomorrow when the Bucks take on the Nationals on Root Sports. The PMC scoreboard says 2-1 favor the Pirates. Top of the 6th inning with Steve Blass. I'm Tim Neverett. Robbie Smokowski with us also. And Andrew McCutchen takes a breaking ball for a strike. One for 2 tonight for Kutch on a base hit in the 4th inning, and he swings and misses here. And Samardzija gets ahead of him 0-2. And the 0-2 on the way. It's outside, goes to the backstop.
You know, the psychology of this streak that the Pirates are on, now that we've gotten away from the shutouts, it seems like decent pitching isn't very exciting. And Cole is pitching extremely well, but there's not a shutout going on now. They spoiled us for a period of time.
There's the other 4 guys sitting together. McCutchen fouls that one off. Well, chemistry is a good thing among the starting pitchers, isn't it? Guys get along well. They learn from each other.
Their life is good right now. These guys are rolling. That's probably the best rotation in baseball right now.
McCutchen, a hard shot down to Beckham. There's one out for the Pirates in the 6th. When you were pitching, and on your off days too, did you offer advice to pitchers who were in the game, or did you look for advice for guys if you knew you had to start the next day?
Never offered advice because everybody has their own style, and I think you travel to your own drummer. You don't ask for it, and I never gave any. I was all over the place, different style, sliders, behind in the count. So everybody has their own approach. But I'll tell you what, the day after you win as a major league starter is one fine day. It's really great to come to the ballpark. You just won. You really don't have much to do. Now, they trained more than we ever did. I mean, we didn't have a weight room. So we didn't get into all that stuff. You'd probably go out and play a little long toss just to stretch your arm out after you pitched the night before. Maybe do some long distance running, foul pole to foul pole. But there's nothing better as a starter to come to the ballpark the next day. And Cole did something last road trip that was kind of a neat thing for a starter. Win 2 games on a road trip. I mean, he started early, got a win, got one late. There's something special about just compressing a couple wins when you're not even in your home yard. Very seldom will you get more than 2 starts, pick up 2 W's. Good way to come back home. Mr. Cole did last trip.
Nothing in 2 to Jung Ho. Pitch outside, 1-2. Jung Ho, during his time in the KBO in Korea, 139 home runs, 545 runs batted in, 902 games. Pulls it slowly to Ramirez, and Ramirez will get the ball there before Jung Ho gets there, and there's 2 out.
Well, I finally had a chance to spend a little time with Jung Ho. I got on the elevator at the hotel, came down a couple floors, and here he comes, all by himself. And we got it done, got related, tried to explain what I did and who I was. I was sure it was him, so it was kind of interesting because there's nowhere to go. We're both in there. It worked out fine.
He's working hard to learn English. He's been doing a pretty good job of it. H.K. Kim right in front of him. That's his translator.
And my Korean was very rusty.
A little rusty? Yeah. Haven't used it in a month or so?
Correct.
1-0 to Pedro. Ball and 1 strike. I think we're due for another Korean lesson with HK. He's happy to give you some words and phrases. Two outs, nobody on. 1 ball, 1 strike to Pedro. Popped it up back here. Steve's got a chance for you. Oh, just missed. Just off to the right. Good effort.
I would have dove for that ball, but I had trouble sleeping last night. Didn't get a lot of rest, so I didn't want to risk it. Last night
You didn't stretch. I want to pull a hamstring. And the 1-2. Popped up and out of play.
Another souvenir.
That's when Pedro wanted it. Got a fastball from Samardzija. Right there, where Steve's waving. That ball just missed you.
Right over there.
A couple of pitches ago.
Or the other way.
No, this way. Line shot by Alvarez. And that's going to be cut off by J.B. Shuck. And a 2-out single for Pedro.
Pirates getting their share of hits. A couple of runs to show for it. White Sox have a run on just 2 hits. Standard issue fastball down in the zone.
One of the 2
catches up to it.
One of the 2 best pitches he saw him at bat. Alvarez aboard for Gregory Polanco. Polanco tonight is 0 for 2. Bounced out back to Samardzija in the 2nd inning. Struck out swinging in 5th.
Now, every once in a while, and I'm not predicting it, every once in a while, Pedro will take off. You never know when there's 1 or 2 stolen bases are going to occur. And there's a couple outs now. I don't know. Highly unlikely. Soto just went out and said, you know, they're talking about the possibility of Pedro going upstairs, so watch out for him. Hold him on. That wouldn't be hacking like the St. Louis and Houston thing.
Different kind.
Different type.
Meaning of the word. 2-0 fouled off. 2 balls and a strike to Gregory. You're getting closer to 100 pitches, 96 of them now. Swing and a miss. Fastball at 94.
Thrown a lot of pitches. He has not walked a batter. But they are piling up.
And the 2-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And now you will see Pedro take off, Steve.
Told you.
You were right. Soto comes out in front of home plate to remind his infielders about it. Keeping the pitching coach, keeping the pitch count. Jordy Mercer. The on deck circle. Polanco gets the payoff pitch. Strikes out. Second time he's gone down swinging. No runs, a hit, a man left. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. 2-1 Pirates. And, well, see what the lineup is tomorrow, but worry about that tomorrow.
Yep.
Garrett Cole starting the bottom of the 6th inning against the top of the Chicago order. Adam Eaton, J.B. Shuck, Jose Abreu. Eaton's 1 for 2. One of the 2 Chicago hits. Cole efficient with his pitches tonight, Steve. When you look at what he has done, he's just around 70 pitches.
4 strikeouts, working here in the 6th inning. That's fine.
He falls behind. He really the one guy in this Chicago order you don't want to put on. He is a threat on the base paths from time to time. 3-0 pitch. And on the corner, he gets a strike. Strike 2. Full count. Eaton thought for a moment that was ball 4.
Not so fast. Garrett has issued 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, doing just fine. Couple base hits.
Oh, missed badly with that pitch. Check in now with Robbie.
J.B. Shuck's about to come to the plate and face Garrett Cole, but one guy he really wants to face tonight if he gets the chance, that's Pirates closer Mark Melancon. Why do you ask that? The 2 are brothers-in-law. Mark's wife, Mary Catherine, and J.B.'s wife, Christine. Sisters. Mark's married 5.5, JB a year and a half ago, so it hasn't been too long. Now, Shuck told me when he's in the batter's box, he's looking at Melancon as one of the best closers of baseball, not as his brother-in-law. However, after it's all said and done, he said whoever wins the battle would have bragging rights for a few years at the dinner table, as these 2 teams only face each other once every 3 years or so. So, Tim and Steve, I know Melancon's probably a little bit excited if he gets a chance to face his brother-in-law as well.
Ah, shucks, what a nice story.
Very nice. Very nice, Steve.
Imagine the headlines along the way as he's done good things. Shucks, what nothing.
Well, that guy right there is on quite a roll. Pitching, finishing up ball games. National League leader, saves. Runner goes, swing and a miss. Stewart's throw down is not there. Throw looked to be in time. Throw beat him, but Eaton got his hands around the tag of Mercer. Glenn hurls up on the top step of the dugout. Dave Joust on the phone. And we'll see if this is worth reviewing. Looked like Jordy just missed the tag.
Yeah, he had the sweep down, just the automatic sweep. There's the sweep, and the sweep is done, gone past that left hand getting in there. So the sweep tag was early, and they got to second base.
Shuck punts it down to third. Jung Ho's got to play at the first base, and he just gets it. The White Sox playing some small ball. Now the tying run with 1 out is at third base. It's going to be ruled as sacrifice, even though he was bunting for a base hit.
There's the tag. The tag is gone. And the glove lines up in between both hands. Slowed down very nicely, so we'll get a look at that.
1 out runner at third, infield in for Jose Abreu, who doubled and scored in the 4th. Ball 1 to Abreu. A lot of times in those tags, you hear put the glove down, let the runner tag himself up. Can't always do it. Abreu, ground ball toward Jung Ho. Checks the runner, fires on the first, 2 out.
Nice job by Pirate third baseman, but a better job even by Garrett Cole as he took the ball in the infield. Yeah, you want to put the glove down there, but you also got to make sure where the hands are going too, because if you got the glove in a certain spot, they see it just standing there, laying there. You have to play games. They'll give you a hand and take it away and come around. So the art of the tag is something that doesn't really get enough credit for guys that really know how to handle all that tag business.
LaRoche is 0 for 2. Strike one. Adam moved Abreu from second to third of the fourth inning with a deep fly ball to center field. Turned out to be a very positive out for the White Sox. Abreu would eventually come around to score. Cabrera hit a sacrifice fly. Next man on. Three for 21. 2 outs and runners in scoring position. Just 143 average for Adam. Strike 2 on that. Under the broadcast deck. Garrett Cole with 1-2 count on LaRoche. He got ahead of him. Beating the runner at third. One's upstairs 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 men out. And the pitch from Garrett. There's the count at 3-2. Pirates want to keep Eaton right there at third base. He was stranded at second in the first inning, so he's been in scoring position twice and hasn't come across. Cabrera on deck. Cabrera drove in the only White Sox run tonight. The payoff to Adam LaRoche. He walked it. Cole puts LaRoche on with 2 outs. Second walk of the inning. He had a leadoff walk and now a 2-out walk. And Cabrera coming back up. Third walk of the game for Garrett Cole.
No walks last time out, but a 3-walk performance against the Atlanta Braves. That's the only other night, or the only other start where he has walked as many as 3 tonight and 2 starts ago. His control has been outstanding. And now the pitch count for Garrett Cole is running into that 90 range.
Hello.
Not sure what that was all about.
That started out as I want to swing and then I want to protect myself.
And a whole bunch of happy feet.
Wow. That's an example of pulling your head out.
That usually will prompt a few laughs in the respective dugouts.
1-2 Cabrera. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Still at 98 miles an hour for Garrett. Plenty of speed left in the tank. Working hard to put up a 0 here in the 6th inning. 2-1 ball game.
Strike 2, so now Cole ahead in the count. Cabrera's worn a lot of uniforms. Yankees, Braves, Royals, Giants, Blue Jays, now White Sox. Down the left field line, that'll slice.
over into a bunch of red shirts.
Again, the White Sox did a promotion tonight. $15 tickets if you wore your Blackhawks gear.
Well, they got some action out of it.
They did. There are a number of Brandon Saad jerseys in the stands tonight. This one in the air to left center. McCutcheon will get under it, and the White Sox will leave the tying run at third base. Cole gets out of it. On to the seventh. Jordy Mercer up there, and he takes a strike. Everclear coming to stage AE tomorrow. Garrett Cole, through 6 innings, has held the White Sox to a run on 2 hits. It's Samardzija delivers. 1-1 to Jordy. So far, so good for Cole. He did walk 2 men in the 6th. Got away with it. Mercer, ground ball slowly hit to Ramirez. And bang bang play at first, but Jordy's out. 1 gone for the Pirates in the 7th. Our Nissan Road ahead. Head on to the nation's capital. A.J. Burnett against Joe Ross tomorrow night. We're on the air at 6:30. Then Saturday, it's a 3:30 pregame start. Francisco Liriano and Max Scherzer. Quite a matchup there. Charlie Morton will face left-hander Gio Gonzalez on Sunday afternoon. 3-game set with the Nationals. Nationals are losing at home to Tampa Bay tonight, 5-3. They're at the top of the 9th inning. As Rob King had reported earlier, something up with Bryce Harper. Leg injury, he left the game. Corey Hart 2 for 2, pops this one up, and it drops. And Corey Hart is having himself a night. Ramirez and Eaton. That should never happen, but it just did.
Yep. You see it every once in a while.
That's incredible. And Robin Ventura cannot believe what he just saw.
Routine pop-up. Back to the shortstop position. Now, I got to wonder why the center fielder doesn't take charge of the play. Once he's there, he's looking, he's got the better angle. He's coming in on the ball. Shortstop's going out. Be a no-brainer, I think, for center fielder to take charge.
Corey Hart with a base hit. 3 hits tonight for Hart. It's his first 3-hit game since the 31st of August, 2012 against the Pirates.
You know, and it doesn't matter that he hasn't blistered the ball every time. They're base hits. He is 3 for 3. Simple as that.
Chris Stewart a wave and a miss.
3-hit night is good for the soul.
Doesn't matter how straight they go, whether they go straight up or straight out.
That's right. Couldn't find a guy that needs a 3-hit night more than 4. It's good for him.
Stewart couldn't check his swing. He's behind in the count, 0-2. Samardzija at 106 pitches. And he strikes out Chris Stewart. 2 men are out for the Pirates, and the order turns over back to the top. Josh Harrison. Coming up on Thursday, June 25th, the first 20,000 fans through the gates receive a replica camo cap. For tickets, go to Pirates.com. The Reds are in town. 7:05 start. Thursday, June 25th. Well, Josh Harrison 1 for 2, looking for a hit here. And he's got one to left field. That's another multi-hit effort. That's his 21st multi-hit game. Josh Harrison leads the team. He's 1 ahead of Andrew McCutchen. Comes a multi-hit game. Another visit. Don Cooper, the pitching coach, will come out to talk to Samardzija. And Corey Hart's going to be taken out. Jose Tabata will go pinch run for him. Coming up for Chicago is Jake Petrichka.
It was interesting. Before this half inning started, you saw Garrett Cole in the Pirate dugout where Corey Hart is heading in. Very frustrated with himself. It's one thing for a starting pitcher to get knocked around, but when you have the control that Garrett Cole has, he didn't like walking 2 people with a 1-run lead. Didn't like it at all. Very frustrating, but put up a 0. But again, we know his standards.
And now Samardzija will face Starling Marte. 1 for 3. Scored a run.
We're going to find a gap here and get 2 more runs. Give Garrett Cole a little breathing room.
2 on, 2 out. Marte looks at a pitch low. Tabata at second base. Harrison behind him at first. Samardzija's 1-0. 2 balls, no strikes. This will be a key time right here. Marte to come up with something, get another run, maybe 2 in. Marte is the club leader in RBIs with 45. Strike. More than half of his RBIs have come with 2 out. Here comes the 2-1 pitch from Samardzija. Marte in the air to right field toward the corner. Running after it is J.B. Shuck, and he won't get it. It's a foul ball. Well, kept on tailing in that direction, and really the baseballs are carrying to the right field corner tonight.
It's almost a Wrigley-like corner down there with the way the configuration of the protection of the stands. However, if that ball had been fair, it would have been caught.
2-2. It's upstairs and the count full.
Yeah, we got action.
Those are going to be taking on a little early.
I feel like this is going to be the last bit of action for Mr. Samardzija.
Payoff pitch. Struck him out. Second time Marte has gone down on strikes. Stretch time in Chicago. Changer came in the fourth inning with 2 outs. How about this? Highway robbery of the first degree.
Yep, we love that play anytime, but you got a 1-run ball game. Plays like that, absolutely game changers or game preservers.
And McCutcheon, a great catch. Bottom of the 7th inning on the UPMC scoreboard, 2-1 Pirates. Alexei Ramirez, White Sox shortstop, leads off, and he takes a strike from Cole. Darryl Boston looks for the outfielders, trying to get Ramirez over with Eaton. Remember that ball that fell in between them that Corey Hart hit.
Eaton very upset. He should be upset at himself. It was his play.
It's always easier to come in on a ball.
Yeah.
That's why the outfielders take charge. Ground ball to Mercer. Strong throw. 1 out.
And it's real simple. The shortstop cannot see his teammate. The center fielder can see his teammate, so he has a better feel of who's got the better chance to make a play. You're backing out there. You don't know where your center fielder is, but your center fielder always knows where your shortstop is.
Connor Gillespie, the third baseman. And Gillespie's 0 for 1 with a walk. One of Garrett Cole's strikeout victims in the 5th. It's this one up in the air. Shallow right center field. Jay way out. Polanco comes in, calls him off, and that's out number 2.
How about this quickness in the 7th inning when you need an efficient inning? What is it, 3 or 4 pitches?
4 pitches.
Ground ball short, pop up to right, 2 quick outs. That might buy you another inning. Yep, Chris, you called the right pitch. Gesturing to his catcher.
And pitching to the other catcher, Giovanni Soto. Well, yeah, in the American League game here, you don't have to worry about whether or not the pitcher's spot in the order is coming up. It's just about pitching. know that you mentioned early on that Garrett wants to hit. We know he wants to hit, be part of the game that way, but here in the American League ballpark, it's probably, as a manager, easier to give him another inning. Simply because of the fact you don't have to worry about where he hits.
Well, and the other side of the coin, too, if he's pitching well, even if you get down to a spot, he might make that decision. Regardless of what's going on, we want him out there. He's the best we got at that particular time. But, still 1 run on 2 hits. Garrett Cole being Garrett Cole tonight against the White Sox.
0-2 to Giovanni Soto.
Start number 14.
Long look in now. 1-2. That pitch is low in. Garrett contemplating this next one.
And it will be his 101st delivery. Fastball. In. Out.
It was meant to be in.
We're half right. We had the fastball part right.
Well, Stewart had set up inside, but the ball went away, and Soto rolled over on a foul.
You get the idea when you watch Garrett Cole work late in the ball game that fatigue is not really an issue. And every pitcher gets a little bit tired, but now you got adrenaline working. Ball just missing.
Get 2 quick outs. You really do not want to extend this inning.
No.
Soto. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and hammered. And this ball game is tied. Giovanni Soto on the 9th pitch of the at-bat hits his 4th home run of the year.
And a bomb it was. Ball left the bat. Garrett Cole's head went down. And we're back to square one. Just the 5th that Garrett has given up. And that is center cut right there. That is center cut, Michigan Avenue.
98 miles an hour right down the middle. Soto had sold out on the fastball. Committed to it. Crushed it. His 11th RBI of the year. It's a 2-2 ball game.
You're going to watch Garrett as the ball is hit. He knows. Doesn't even have to look. Even pitchers know those kind of home runs.
Gordon Beckham battered out, takes a strike.
Frustrating after 2 very quick outs and then the extended at bat.
It's in front 0-2. How do you follow your emotions at that point? You're upset because you gave up that pitch, gave up that home run, and then you got to come right back and try to get it out.
Yep. Nothing you can do. I mean, it's gone. Done.
That one off the foot of Cole. Harrison picks it up, throws him out. 1 run on the home run in the bottom of the 7th. The White Sox tie it. We will head to the 8th inning, all even at 2.
Pittsburgh Pirates and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Giovanni Soto with the first home run against the Pirates since they gave up 2 in a 4-1 loss to the Brewers on the 9th of June at PNC Park. It's been well over a week since the Pirates have given up a home run as a team, and Garrett Cole not happy with the result of that 3-2 fastball. It was a 98-mile-an-hour center cut pitch, and Giovanni Soto didn't miss it. So back to square one, 2-2. Pirates can get a run here, and Garrett Cole will be back to being the pitcher of record. And the new pitcher is Jake Petrichka,
who's been doing a great job for Ventura out of the bullpen recently. Sinker ball pitcher. Woo! 94-mile-an-hour sinker ball pitcher. A lot of ground balls according to his resume this year. The numbers.
Oh, 1 to McCutcheon. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Frustration for Garrett in the 6th, even though he got out of that inning. But real frustration in the 7th with that 1 pitch.
A bouncer to the left side. Ramirez plays the hop, throws on to get Kutch. Kutch 1 for 4 tonight. Cole joins members of the rotation, sitting down now. Pirates really like to get him a run, get him a decision again.
1 home run given up by Jake Petrichka.
And there is a strike to Jung Ho. Thing Petrichka does is induce a lot of double play balls.
So I was thinking sinker ball and keeping the ball downstairs. Well, let's put a run on base and test him. Get a run for Garrett Cole. However you do it.
Petrichka's 0-2. And a ground ball just past him, slowly hit. Beckham throws to first, and Jung Ho's safe.
That had all the elements of an infield base hit. It looked like it got a piece of the mound and might have gotten a piece of second base. And that quickly, we're going to see a pitching change. Well, didn't get a piece of the mound, but it did. That's a heck of a play to stay with it.
Hit second base.
After it hit second base, they almost got an out on a really, really good play. You see Zach Duke again.
Left-hander coming on to face Pedro Alvarez when we come back to U.S. Cellular Field. fast becoming the ace of the Pirates staff and one of the best starters in the majors. Francisco Cervelli invites us to root on his favorite soccer team and much more. It's Inside Pirates Baseball, presented by Allegheny Health Network, tonight after postgame on Root Sports. Well, Garrett, hoping Pedro Alvarez can do something here. 2-2 ball game. 1 on and 1 out, top of the 8th. Pedro facing the lefty, Zach Duke. Duke delivering that ball. It sailed outside.
Scoreless 8th inning for Zach last night. 3 up, 3 down. His former Pirate. Overall numbers. Kind of a rough patch before last night's scoreless outing for Zach.
Way inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pedro Alvarez and Zach Duke from the same area, of course, where Pedro went to school, Vanderbilt, Nashville, Tennessee. Duke now lives just outside Nashville. Used to make his home in Texas.
Drop down delivery. Pedro a different look there to get out in front, 1 and 2.
Ball and 2 strikes to Pedro. And Duke delivers. Evens up the count at 2 and 2.
Remember back in the day when guys dropped down, used to call it the old Laredo. Lefties or righties. Coming sidearm.
Duke set 2-2. And Pedro pulls it foul.
I don't know why they would call it Laredo. They could have called it Binghamton or Newark.
Well, Laredo begins with the letter L, lefty, right?
Yeah. No.
Maybe that's it. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, right-handers used to do it too.
That was Laredo.
Maybe
where they came from.
Probably true.
Laredo and Laredo. Duke has allowed just 2 earned runs over his last 11 home games here at U.S. Cellular Field. He's pitched better at home than on the road. There goes the runner, and Pedro fouls it off. John Moore had a pretty good jump on him.
He had 4 steals.
At this point in the game, going to try to take some chances, get a man in scoring position. Again, the 2-2. Pedro fouls this one off. Left on left matchup. Clint leaving Pedro in here. You wondering why he didn't pinch hit Sean Rodriguez perhaps, and then send Rodriguez out to first. And Clint said that in close games, if Pedro can make the difference with 1 swing of a bat, he'll stay in. There comes the 2-2. And that's into right field, a base hit. And Jung Ho Kang will turn second and head for third. And now the Pirates have the go-ahead run 90 feet away.
Nice at bat for Pedro Alvarez, and hitting it just soft enough where it took a while for the outfielder to come in and get it, and it gave Kang a chance to get around to third base. Big breaking curveball. Pedro goes downstairs, gets under it, and just kind of softly serves it into right center field. See it kind of no man's land. It takes Eaton a while to come in. By that time, Kang's over to third base.
His second hit tonight, his 3rd hit this season against a left-handed pitcher, Pedro.
All right, grind it out here and get this run in, give the Pirates a lead. Put Garrett Cole in a position to pick up a run or a win on the run.
Polanco hits a ground ball to the right side, And they'll get one, and Jung Ho will score, and the Pirates back in front 3-2.
There you go.
Garrett's feeling a little better.
So was everybody in that dugout.
He goes down to congratulate Jung Ho and getting in. And on the ground ball out by Polanco, an RBI, his 16th. Bucks in front 3-2. And now Rodriguez will come out to pinch run for Alvarez.
Well, we made it work last night, didn't we? 3-2.
Just one more run than the other guy. That's how they try to draw him up. They're not looking for 11-0 wins. When you get them, they take them, certainly. But it's such a grinded out thing. And I remember earlier in the season, Steve, when we were in Chicago talking to Cubs manager Joe Madden, he said, it is so hard to win games at the major league level. It's easy to lose them. He said, but it's so hard to win them. He knows all about it. Mercer takes low. 2 balls and no strikes. That run, by the way, charged to Petrichka. So Petrichka on the hook, and Garrett Cole now back to being the pitcher of record to the good for the Bucks.
This gets kind of interesting because we were told that Tony Watson is not available.
Tony Watson is not available tonight. Archimedes Caminero will pitch. We were told that Mark Melancon would be available. Mark came to the ballpark. They wanted to let him throw, see how he felt. And the word was he felt good. But staying away from Tony Watson tonight. It'll be the top of the order for the White Sox up in the bottom of the 8th inning. Mercer trying to keep this one going with Rodriguez in scoring position. Tony just a spectator tonight. And there goes Jordy down to first. He's walked. And Robin Ventura will take a walk himself from the third base dugout and get Zach Duke. So from one Zach to another, Zach Duke will be taken out. Zach Putnam will replace him. Right-hander coming in when we come back to Chicago. Jordy Mercer's at first base. John Rodriguez is at second. Jose Tabata will come up for his first plate appearance tonight. He pinch ran for Corey Hart in the 7th inning. And Chris Stewart would bat after that. So Tabata looking for another hit, he moves into the designated hitter's spot. And he will face a new right-hander, Zach Putnam.
His overall numbers: 20 innings, 31 strikeouts. Pirates are working real hard to score some runs and squeeze some runs out of a dozen hits. 12 hits. It just doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, you'd figure
they've been working hard.
A few more runs with 12 hits, but that's just not the case tonight. Out hitting the White Sox 12-3. And are leading a one-run ball game 3-2. Jose Tablo looking for a base hit. Hitting an even 300. Facing Putnam. Putnam last worked on the 13th at Tampa Bay. And a ground ball to the left side. Gillespie throws the short way. And a very quick outing for Zach Putnam. One pitch. Pirates get the go-ahead run, though. 3-2. Pirates 2 runs on 3 hits for the White Sox. They go to the bottom of inning number 8. Sean Rodriguez remains in the game. He will play first base. And the new pitcher on the hill is Archimedes Caminero.
It has not been in many situations like this where he's given the task to hold on a lead late in the ball game. That's how he handles it. 29 innings, 33 strikeouts. We know one thing: we will see lots of speed.
And Eaton, first ball swinging, pops it up, might be playable. It will be playable. And a 1 pitch out for Caminero as he retires Eaton.
Great to get that quick out. Great to get it against a guy that has really good speed.
Point Park University tweets across the bottom of your screen talking about the Pirates' go-ahead run in the 8th inning. Talking about productive outs.
Garrett Cole, 7 innings, a couple runs on 3 hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. One of his lower strikeout games.
He got 4. He got 2 in the first, 2 in the 5th. But you're right, one of his lower strikeout numbers. J.B. Shuck takes outside from Caminero. 1 ball, 1 strike. Garrett Cole in line for his 11th. If the Buccos can hang on to it here. If he can get that 11th, he would be the first pitcher in baseball this year with 11.
Well, maybe not his most dominant game, although it's hard to give him bad knocks just giving up 3 hits as you look at the defensive configuration, the shift.
Two and two.
You still wonder with a 1-run ball game how attractive that is, just to push a ball toward the shortstop or third base position to get a tying run on first base.
Comebacker. And there are 2 down in the 8th. Nicely done for Archimedes Caminero so far, 2/3 of the way.
Good mark.
Through the 8th here.
Comebacker. Yep. Ball tried to run up out of the top of the glove, but it did not.
Jose Abreu doubled and scored in the 4th. Abreu could be a tough customer. Caminero does a good job not only with the fastball but with his cutter. He can change speeds. He's been pretty happy with what his cutter's been doing this year. And Abreu hits this one deep to left field, but right at Marte. And Archimedes Caminero comes up with a 1-2-3, bottom of the 8th. We go to the 9th here in Chicago. Against the Nationals. Catch all of the action from Nationals Park tomorrow starting at 6:30 with Pirates pregame presented by WB Mason on Root Sports. A.J. Burnett will have the ball tomorrow night for the Pirates. He's 6-2. He will oppose rookie Joe Ross, another right-hander who's 1-3. That's tomorrow night. Still one more inning here in Chicago. The Pirates trying to wrap it up, looking for their 4th consecutive win against the White Sox. And their 8th straight win overall. Chris Stewart will lead off. Then Josh Harrison and Starling Marte. Cubs are in Cleveland. They are tied 3-3 with the Tribe. Brewers down a run in Kansas City, 3-2, top of the 9th. The Cardinals lost to the Twins today, 2-1. They were walked off by Minnesota. A couple of late home runs by the Twins did in the Cardinals. And the Reds and Tigers postponed today. Rain in Cincinnati. the divisional teams are doing here on this 18th day of June. Things are interesting now. With that Cardinal loss, the Pirates are now 4.5 behind them. Putnam's pitch, check swing. Tom Hallion agrees. The Pirates can hang on and win this ball game. They'd be 4 back of the Cardinals. Mark Melancon now starting his warm-ups.
Getting serious about it.
Here comes the 2-1 pitch from Putnam. 3-1.
Kind of interesting to compare the two Pirate starters last night and tonight. Jeff Locke, 8 strikeouts last night. Garrett Cole, 4. Both of them giving up just 3 hits. Usually you see those kind of things reversed. The bottom line, doesn't matter how you get there.
Ball 4, and the leadoff man is aboard. Let's go downstairs, check in with Robbie.
Well, Josh Harrison wearing Pirates jerseys and MLB All-Star jerseys, but it wasn't that long ago where he was wearing an Altoona Curve jersey. And guess what? Tomorrow night, he is getting his own J.A. Altoona Curve Garden Gnome. How about that? J.A. checking out alert. Now, I asked him about his impressions of it, and he said it was pretty cool. He really likes having it. He said, hey, it must be my year. A bobblehead and a gnome all in the same year. How about that for J.A.? First 1,500 fans in attendance going to get it when the Curve take on Harrisburg Senators. Pretty good stuff for J.A., Tim.
Yeah, a neat little collector's item. Fun to see his expression when he unwrapped it, too.
I love this old team.
I think the Zoltan's been put on the shelf, doesn't it?
Yep.
It worked. It worked great, though. It really did. Nothing in 1. And to think, it all began with Rod Barajas, Milwaukee, watching a movie called Dude, Where's My Car? That's how the whole thing originated.
Involved into Greg Brown wrapping me up in some shrink wrap or whatever it was.
Bubble wrap, I saw that.
Yeah, bubble wrap.
And then after they decided not to use it, Zoltan came back. McCutcheon said it's coming back. And it helped lead the Pirates to the postseason. Josh Harrison strikes out. The Pirates have moved on to a new thing this year. Don't know the name of it. Looks kind of like this. I'm showing you, Steve.
Yeah, I'm like Josh. I really don't know what to say.
Here's Marte. He swings and fouls it off.
Let's give me that.
This is what I
again.
was showing you. This thing needs more of that this inning. Can you do it?
Yeah, I can do it both ways. Yeah. Okay, I got it.
All right, you're in the club now.
I don't need any bubble wrap either.
Marte struck out the last 2 times up after getting a base hit in the first inning. We haven't seen that little nifty maneuver, though, tonight. Most of the hits have, there's a dozen of them on the board. Most of them have been little bleeders.
Yeah, they haven't knocked the cover off the ball. That's for sure.
Flares. Stewart at first and Marte at the plate. Nothing in 2 the count, 1 out. Bucks batting top of the 9th, leading it 3-2. So Marte following that ball all the way into the mid.
Trying to tease him with that sinker, fork ball, whatever it is, downstairs.
Marte will chop her down to third base. Picked up by Gillespie. And safe at first is Marte. He's got himself another infield hit.
Outruns another one. And that ball he almost hit it on a bounce. It was so low. But, when he puts the ball on the ground, it's always exciting at first base.
Speed of Starling Marte. Himself a base hit. Allegheny Health Network Supermo. A really good look there. So Marte at first base. Chris Stewart out at second. 2 on, 1 out for Andrew McCutchen. McCutchen 1 for 4. He's grounded out his last 2 times up. After getting a base hit in the 4th. Well, insurance wouldn't be too upset about that, would you, Steve?
No, love to have a little wiggle room. In fact, you hit it in the gap here, you might get a bonus run. Eaton really playing a shallow center field against Andrew McCutchen.
He's playing it cheap out there.
Good bit of acreage in back of him before it gets to the wall, so let's see if Ender can burn him.
One, 2 to Kutch. Kutch started the night. Very good average in interleague play. 361. That is the top average among all National League players that are active. American League players led by Joe Mauer. Mauer had a home run today against the Cardinals. Down to third base, Gillespie hauls it in. And Kutch goes 1 for 5.
That gets down in that corner. You're going to have 2 runs with the speed of Marte, but not to be. Not really much time for anybody to really expose themselves away from their respective bases.
Third baseman Jung Ho Kang. Homered in the game last night. He has 2 hits tonight. Hurdle was asked a question today in his office prior to the game about Jung Ho, asking, what have you discovered about him that you didn't know? And he said he was marveling about his feet work and how his feet work with his hands defensively. How smooth he is there. This time he pops it up. Back at first base, Abreu called off by Beckham. He makes the catch and foul ground. Pirates will leave 2. Mark Melancon will come on to try to close it out for Garrett Cole. 2 runs on 3 hits for the White Sox. We head to the bottom of the 9th inning. 3 outs to get. Mark Melancon will take over in his National League leading 22 saves, looking for number 23. Get Garrett Cole his Major League leading 11th win.
That would tie him with the Major League save number. Perkins. I'm assuming he didn't get a save today with a walk-off win. So we won 3-2 last night. Let's win 3-2 again tonight. Just for the heck of it.
Melancon will face Adam LaRoche to start things off, a designated hitter for the White Sox. And LaRoche is 0 for 2 with a walk. Francisco Cervelli will be back behind the plate tomorrow night. A.J. Burnett takes on the Nationals. And here is the first pitch coming to Adam LaRoche.
And this is a challenge with Adam LaRoche's power.
And a strike call.
Some numbers for LaRoche against Mark. See how deep Josh is in right field.
There you go. Yes, he did, says third base umpire Alfonso Marquez.
He gets the look from Adam. You can see what Robin Ventura thinks of that call.
Oh, 2. Just got a piece of it. Stays alive.
A couple of Redbeards going at it. Melancon and Adam LaRoche. Adam got the edge in growth.
Working at it a little longer.
Yep.
Mark's ERA on the road this year, 0.54. In his last 26 games, 0.34. Home and road combined. Melancon tied a club record by posting a save in 10 straight appearances between the 22nd of May and the 10th of June. 71 saves with the Pirates. That's the 5th most in team history. And he strikes out LaRoche for out number 1.
With a curveball. Out number 1.
Melky Cabrera's 0 for 2 and a sacrifice fly in the 4th inning to score the first Chicago run. Cabrera takes a strike. Melancon from Golden, Colorado.
Nice part of the world.
One and a ground ball to first. Foul. Mark got over there in a hurry. He was ready.
They're different games, Tim, have different personalities. This has been kind of just a methodical kind of a click after click after click, and other ones have all kind of electricity to them. This has been just a kind of a blue collar workman type ball game for both teams. somebody's going to get the W here. And Pirates are 2 outs away from getting it their way. Working games.
1 ball and 2 strikes. I told you about Melanson and the save numbers, 71. Next on the list, 4th all time for the Pirates, is Joel Hanrahan with 82. Mark's got a little work to do to catch him. Strike 3 call.
And he knew it.
Melanson has come in and punched out the first 2. And 1 more out to go to get Garrett Cole his 11th win.
Check it out. Right there. Pitcher's pitch. All you can do is take the bat back to the rack.
Steve, the last Pirate pitcher to have his 11th win by the 18th of June was Elroy Face in 1959.
On his way to an 18-1 season.
And the last Pirate pitcher to win his 11th game by the team's 66th game was Vern Law in 1960.
Actually, to a Cy Young Award.
World Championship. They're ready to go. They're on their feet. And a ground ball wide to third. 1 strike to get now for Mark Melanson. And the Pirates looking to win a season best 8 straight.
You know how many tie games Elroy had to come in to get the win instead of a save, or in some cases allow a tying run to be eligible for a win instead of a hold or a save. But when it all settled down, 18-1.
The pitch. Ground ball to the right side. Great stab by Rodriguez. Long toss to Melanson. And he got him. And the ball game is over. 8 straight for the Pirates. Now 12 games over 500 at 39 and 27. And Garrett Cole is the major league leader in wins with 11.
And what a nice play to put a cap on it. Rodriguez making a nice pick, and then Mark